Hello everyone. Welcome back to Marin English Lab. I'm Liam.
And I'm Olivia. Today we're bringing you a super realistic IELTS speaking mock test, transportation experience. We'll simulate the real exam as closely as possible so you can feel exactly what it's like on test day.
We'll do all 3 parts with a Band 8 level candidate. At the end, we'll analyze why this performance can easily get Band 7.5 to 8.0.
If you're preparing for IELTS, hit like and subscribe right now. We upload new full mocks every week. Let's begin.
Good morning. My name is Liam. Could you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My full name is Olivia Smith.
Thank you. And what shall I call you?
You can call me Olivia.
Okay, Olivia. In this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself and your daily life. Let's talk about travel. Do you enjoy traveling?
Yes, I do. I really enjoy traveling because it gives me a chance to escape from my daily routine and experience new things. It always makes me feel refreshed and inspired.
How often do you travel?
I try to travel 3 or 4 times a year. Sometimes it's just a short weekend trip, but I also like planning longer journeys when I have more time.
What is your favorite mode of transport?
I'd say trains are my favorite. I love watching the scenery change outside the window. It's much more relaxing than flying, and you can move around freely.
Do you prefer using public transport or private vehicles for daily travel?
In a big city, I prefer public transport. It's more convenient, especially during rush hour, and it's better for the environment too.
Have you ever had a bad experience with transport?
Yes, once. My bus broke down on a long journey, and we had to wait for nearly 3 hours. It was quite frustrating at the time, but I learned to always bring snacks and water after that.
Thank you. Now, let's move on to part 2. In this part, I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you speak, you'll have 1 minute to prepare your notes. Here is your cue card. Describe a long journey you went on. You should say where you went, how you traveled, what you saw and did during the journey, and explain why this journey was memorable. You have 1 minute to make notes. I'll tell you when to start speaking. Alright, time's up. You can start speaking now. Remember, you should speak for 1 to 2 minutes. I'll let you know when to stop.
One of the most memorable long journeys I've ever taken was a train trip across Switzerland, from Zurich to Interlaken, about a year ago. The journey took around 5 hours, but it felt much shorter because of how breathtaking everything was. I traveled by a panoramic train, which is famous for its large glass windows. It was actually my first time experiencing this kind of train, so I was really excited from the beginning. During the journey, the views were absolutely stunning. We passed crystal clear lakes, snow-covered mountains, charming villages, and endless green valleys. I spent most of my time just looking out the window and taking photos, but I also had some really nice conversations with other travelers sitting nearby. At one point, I even stopped reading my book because I didn't want to miss a single moment of the scenery. What made this journey truly unforgettable was the sense of calm and wonder it gave me. In everyday life, we're often in a rush, always thinking about the next task. But on that train, everything slowed down. I had time to simply enjoy the present and appreciate the beauty around me. When I finally arrived in Interlaken, I felt completely refreshed and inspired. To me, it wasn't just a way of getting from one place to another. The journey itself became the highlight of the whole trip.
We've been talking about a long journey, and now I'd like to ask you some more general questions related to this topic. First, why do many people choose to travel long distances these days?
I think there are several key reasons. One of the main ones is globalization, which has made it much easier for people to work or study abroad. At the same time, people today are more curious and open to exploring different cultures and lifestyles. Another important factor is social media. Platforms like Instagram and YouTube constantly expose people to stunning destinations around the world, which naturally inspires them to travel. In a way, travel has become not just a personal experience, but also a lifestyle trend.
Do you think travel is necessary in modern life?
I wouldn't say it's absolutely essential, but I do think it's extremely valuable. Traveling allows people to step outside their comfort zones and gain a deeper understanding of the world. While technology makes it possible to learn about other cultures online, it can't fully replace real-life experiences. For example, interacting with locals, trying authentic food, or simply observing daily life in another country can give you insights that you wouldn't get otherwise. So overall, I'd say travel plays an important role in personal growth and developing a more open-minded perspective.
Finally, in what ways do you think transportation can be improved in the future?
I think the biggest improvement should focus on sustainability. Governments and companies need to invest more in environmentally friendly transport options, such as high-speed rail and electric public transport systems. In addition, technology can make traveling much more convenient. For instance, integrated apps that combine different modes of transport, like trains, buses, and ride-sharing, could help people plan their journeys more efficiently. Looking further ahead, I believe autonomous vehicles will become more common. They could improve safety and reduce traffic congestion, especially in large cities. Overall, the goal should be to make transportation not only faster, but also smarter and more sustainable.
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test. All right. Let's analyze Olivia's performance, realistically.
So, how did I do?
Very well. This is a solid Band 7.5 to 8.0 performance. Here's why. Fluency. She spoke at a natural pace, with very few hesitations. Her ideas were well organized and easy to follow. She also used linking phrases effectively, like, during the journey. What made this journey unforgettable? Looking ahead. Lexical resource. Her vocabulary was strong and topic-specific. For example, panoramic train, crystal clear lakes, snow-covered mountains, a sense of calm, sustainable transportation. These expressions sound natural and appropriate for a Band 8 level. Grammatical range. She used a good mix of simple and complex sentences. There were accurate past tenses, some conditional ideas, and well-formed longer sentences, without sounding forced. Pronunciation. Clear and easy to understand. Good sentence stress. And natural intonation, which helps maintain listener attention.
I also used my preparation time quite carefully. I only wrote keywords instead of full sentences, so I could speak more naturally, without reading.
Exactly. This is the level you should aim for. Practice speaking with keywords, not memorized answers. That's how you sound natural and score higher. If you enjoyed this realistic mock test, don't forget to like, comment your score for Olivia, and subscribe to Marin English Lab.
And in the comments, tell us. My long journey was. We read every single story. Thanks for watching.
And see you in the next video. Safe travels. Bye.